You might want to stay over here. Okay, hey boys and girls, here we are putting on the Ritz in Chicago with Karsten in the brand new FF91. I'm going to be taking a little trip. This was what I was kind of telling the Patreons about. Going to be going with Karsten down to St. Louis. So we're going to be basically just talking a little bit about the inside of this car. We had a fabulous night here in Chicago. Great dinner, thanks to Jack and the Chicago Club. Excellent spot. And anyway, we're just going to play it by ear a little bit. I've got a few questions that I want to ask Karsten about, and we thought that bow ties and tuxedos, that's the right way to go. So Karsten, just quickly, got a little treat there for the viewing folks. Say hello or whatever.
Yeah, hi everyone. This is Karsten, Faraday's CEO, speaking here. Sandy, I'm really happy that we made this again to come together here, that you take time. This is a great experience. It's always a pleasure for me to talk to you. This is between engineers here. So we are passionate about products. Of course, we are passionate about this product here, the FF91. We are in Chicago right now. It's part of a test program we are running here. We will keep you updated. And I think your idea to have tuxedos here and be dressed in that way is completely appropriate for this car.
Exactly right. I truly believe that this car is going to be in a class. Excuse me, in a class all by itself. Bentley and Rolls-Royce and the Maybach. None of those guys really and truly. They didn't make the transition fast enough. And I believe that this is going to be the car that the uber rich or the businessman that absolutely flat out wants to take as much advantage of his time as possible. This is going to be the product for them. So have you got any ideas or whatever? I know you've sold like 400 of these things already, right? So how much? What kind of person is buying this thing?
As you said, the FF91 is a very special and it's a unique positioning in the EV market. It's the only ultra luxury EV competing with Maybach, Bentley, and Rolls-Royce. And so we're offering a unique user experience. You have this 49-inch of legroom here. You have this first class experience in the seats here. And the people we are heading to is, of course, the ones who are buying top luxury today. But there will be new customers around, customers who would not buy these old style brands, if I call it like that, which are future oriented, like technology, like luxury, like space, and these are the guys we are heading for. As you said, we are going to launch a first edition of 300 cars. We call it Futurist Alliance Edition, fully spec'd, 3 special colors, unique colors, 1 unique rim design, and they are all sold out.
Yeah. So the market is there, and I know that Bentley has made an announcement. I think it's 2030 that they'll be selling nothing but electric vehicles, but I haven't seen a release or anything from them into the public domain. So I don't exactly know where that is. Haven't heard anything from your buddies over at BMW. Well, the Rolls-Royce guys. Rolls-Royce is owned by BMW. And I don't know anything about Maybach either. So either they're playing it cozy and keeping everything quiet, or scrambling, trying to figure out how they're going to come up with a vehicle that's going to compete with this. Yeah.
No, I think they are in a quite difficult position. I saw the announcement as well, but announcement is one thing, substance is another. We are 12 months away from production, so you will see this car on the roads here in 12 months from now. And we are very, very confident that we will have the only offering by that time, and that we will have a USP product there.
So here's the deal. I don't know how many of the viewing audience is aware of the fact, but last month, sometime in the middle of July, You wound up as an IPO. You're on the stock market now, and for real, and you got quite a bit of money, and that SPAC money and the fact that you're on the New York Stock Exchange and everything, all this stuff is contributing to a promise, correct? So in 11 months, it's actually 11 months, not 12 months now. 11 months from now, you've got your hands full, right, with production. So tell me a little bit about what that was like. I've never really been in anything quite like that. So what was it like when you were up there on the stage ringing a bell?
Yeah, this was of course a great moment. Yeah, a great moment standing on the stage of NASDAQ, ringing the bell. There's a bell on July 22nd. The company went public under the ticker symbol FFIE, which is Faraday Future Intelligent and Internet Electric and Ecosystem Vehicles. So the team worked very, very hard over the last years to come to this point. And of course, this was an amazing experience. We got almost $1 billion of gross proceeds from this transaction, which puts us in a position now to go into production within 12 months after listing. As you said, only 11 months left now. What I did in headquarters, just to share this here, we put screens in every room, in every hallway, and there's a rundown, there's a countdown of the days left to the day of our production start. And when I left Los Angeles 2 days ago, I think it was 346 days left. So everyone is aware the clock is ticking, and we are going to make it.
So I have a quick question. What was the most memorable aspect of that? I mean, ringing a bell, getting a check for $1 billion. What thing sticks in your mind that would be the apex of that experience?
Yeah, I think many people worked hard for a long time. Yeah, the company is around since 7 years. There was a lot of technology created. This product was designed over the last 2 years. Since I'm with the company, we worked very hard in building a new leadership team of people who are really experienced in the car industry, who can launch cars. We dealt with a lot of, let's say, roadblocks in the past, but we cleared up the way. And then we found a very strong spec partner with Property Solutions Acquisitions, and went through a PIPE fundraising process. We ended up with an oversubscribed PIPE of more than $750 million. So at the end of the day, this all came to an end, to a successful end of July 22nd. And of course, standing on the stage, representing the team, representing the company, and telling the world, hey, we are Faraday Future, and we will rock it, and we will define the future of mobility. This was a great and memorable moment.
Well, my viewers are usually kind of into the technology associated with the vehicles and whatnot. Now, there'll be some B-roll, I'm sure, that's going to be coming out, but the opera doors for me are just like to die for. I love opera doors. This thing swings open and closed like magic. I can show you right here. If we, oh, sorry, I pushed the wrong button. If you look at, I don't know how much you can see, but the door swings open. Everything here is just like I had mentioned before. I'm a big fan of no door handles, and this thing is no door handles on the outside, not on the inside. Everything's electronic, but there's a lot more inside here. This is like a communication central. As a matter of fact, we didn't mention it. I don't know how we missed that, but we're actually in the car. This is our hotspot. Everything here that's being filmed is coming straight through the vehicle. I mean, and if we have a nice picture of Samantha here, but if we wanted to, we can actually be in a meeting and whatnot. If it was a Teams meeting, we could be watching that as well. So this is like basically a real office that everybody can interface with. But what else can you tell us about it?
Yeah, I think you summarized it quite well already, Sandy. So we call this third internet living space, huh? And the meaning behind it is it is a smart device on wheels. Yeah, if you use a today's car, you have to do a lot of things which the car could know that you want to do it. If you approach a car, then it's quite clear that you want to enter it. Yeah. So in a today's car, you have to press a button, you have to use your key maybe to open it. Our smart device on wheels, the FF91, will recognize that you approach the car. It will open the doors automatically for you if you want. You can use voice control to tell the car what to do. And then if you enter it, you have two different experiences. One is it's built for drivers. So if you really like to drive a race style car, race cars like car, then FF91 is a good chance, a good choice. Yeah, it has 1050 horsepower. So you go into from 0 to 60 in 2.4 seconds. It's really cool. But if you change the seats to the passenger seats or to the rear, then it's a complete different experience. You're sitting on a smart device on wheels. You have high-speed connectivity, you have big screens, you have your whole digital ecosystem around you, you have space and luxury. And as you said, you can do video conferences from here, you can convert it into your office. It can be a living and a working space. And this is very unique and completely unparalleled in the industry.
So just out of curiosity, what are we looking at for range here? So the battery life or battery range, I should say.
So we are the top model comes with a 130 kilowatt hours battery, which is good for almost 400 miles of range. I think it's 380.
380. So now we're headed for St. Louis. Will we be able to make it on one charge?
Of course.
Yeah. So when we get to St. Louis, we'll find a charging station. But for right now, we can leave Chicago, get to where we need to get to, and we'll be doing some stuff along the way. And we're gonna make a little montage later on. But for right now, we're just sitting here in front of Chicago's skyline. Spectacular. I mean, it really is. We found a really wonderful spot here up on top of the pier parking lot. Yeah, spectacular. So if you come to Chicago, definitely go to the parking lot and take a look around. Yeah. So I guess what I'd really like to know about is what about the autonomous driving? Where are you with that right now?
So I divide autonomous driving in two different parts. Yeah? One is everything which is up to level 3, which I would call driver assistance. And then there's level 4 and 5, which is really autonomous driving. The level 4 and 5 is still some time out. And there are different approaches to get this done. But we are going to launch this car with a what we call level 2 plus system. This is a system designed by ourselves. We are working with partners like NVIDIA and Mobileye. And this will be state of the art for driver assistance.
So we know that the FF91 is coming out relatively soon, 11 months. What about the 81 and the 71? These are cars that'll be built overseas, I think, right?
Yeah, so the 91 will be launched, as you said, in 11 months from now. It will be built in California. The volume is relatively small. And then our next product, the FF81, which is basically a smaller version of the 91 and a more affordable price position, competing with cars like Tesla S and Tesla X, will come out 18 months after the launch of this car, which is 29 months from now. And we are going to launch it, to build it with a contract manufacturing approach with a partner in South Korea and ship it out of South Korea. The reason is that we want to avoid huge investments into new plants right now. If you know that investing a plant is more than $1 billion easy, and we want to invest this money into technology and products for now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I've talked to a bunch of people about what it's like to get into production, and I think Elon Musk came up with some pretty interesting little quips on Facebook and whatnot, Twitter, talking about production hell. Avoiding that is kind of like the big deal of all. Have you started moving in that direction? How you're going to avoid production hell?
Yeah, let me put it this way: if you try to reinvent the manufacturing process for cars, then you have to be very careful that you don't end up in hell. But the good news is, from my perspective, there is no need to reinvent the production process. If the traditional car industry knows one thing, then it is producing cars high volume out of a process in high quality. So it's about adapting this capabilities. It's known how to do it. You just have to implement it. It's still difficult enough. And what helps us here is that we are starting with a low volume process. So in the first year, we are going first 12 months, we are going to build 2,400 FF91, which is a low volume process, way more easy to achieve than high volume. And it gives us some time over the first years to ramp up into volume and to optimize our processes.
So my customers or my viewers and whatnot are always interested as well in the electric motors. Can you tell us a little bit about, what you're using here, or how you're separating yourself from the rest of the industry?
So our electric motors are the most compact ones you can get in the industry here, and the secret behind it is that you have to optimize the magnetic flow. So there are magnets in the permanent magnet electric motors, and the way you design it and the way the current goes through it and creates a magnetic field. This is the secret and getting power density. So we did a lot of work here. We have a lot of patents here, and this is completely designed by Faraday. It's all proprietary to Faraday. And again, it ends up in a very compact unit having 350 horsepower each. And then we designed it in a way that you can, in a modular design, that you can combine these engines. You can put two together, then you have 700, and you can put a third one to the front, and you have 1,500. And that's for the ones of you who are technically interested. If you combine two engines on the rear, then you don't need a differential between us, because each engine is driving one wheel. And then you can add new functionality. There's something we call torque vectoring. So you can control the torque of the inner wheel and the outer wheel independently, which gives the car a spinning moment and a high level of agility in driving. So that's very cool.
Well, actually, one of the things that some of the folks that are racers and probably younger than I am, and probably a little crazier, but torque vectoring will also get you into drifting. And this car, if I could, I can't imagine. I've never had a car this big that I've ever tried to do that with. But torque vectoring can turn the average guy into a donut specialist. Yeah. So this is really good news. And actually, that's something I did not know. So I'm glad I asked that question. I guess the thing that I'm wondering is, you got the Hartford thing going on. Are you hiring now? Where are you at with the factory?
Yeah, of course. So we have to build the team now. When we closed our SPAC transaction, we become a public listed company. We had around 320 people on board. We are in hiring mode now. I think we are beyond 400 already. And this is, of course, the main activity now: hiring people and get suppliers back to work to start to prepare our production.
So this car's got the black interior, mostly with the French sewing. Looks like a yellow or a golden color. Really very elegant. What other colors do you have for the interior?
Well, there are a couple of options. We have this dark finish. We have a kind of a red one, burgundy red one, which is very nice. We have a light one. We have different options right now, and we're still not completely decided which we are going to offer and what kind of edition at the beginning. So we are going to configure several editions, but this is not for communication right now.
Oh, I see. I thought maybe the first 300 are unique.
Yeah.
You're saying colors, but you didn't mention the colors, or it's only to the 300 people that are getting them?
We have three exterior colors. I can't repeat the names right now from memory, to be honest, but three different colors which are unique to this edition, and one rim design which will only come with this edition.
So where's your focus then right now for the, are you focused on the factory, on the supply community, on the, I mean, where is the laser beam or Sauron's eye at on this deal?
So we have two main work streams. One is, of course, getting the factory up and preparing the production. And so the two most important things right now is, as I just said, we have to build the team, we have to hire people. This is, we are making good progress here. And the other thing is getting suppliers back to work. In many cases, this happened already. In some cases, we had to resource some components because some suppliers went bankrupt over COVID, and a small number of them went away. So this is the main focus right now. There's some construction work going on in the plant, but this is not on the critical path. It's not so much missing. We have 75% of the equipment on site already. And then there's another path is that we do, let's say, the final validation of the product here, durability testing, and what we are doing right now here, and what we are going to show you in some time from now in the near future, is part of a durability testing program.
So you've been driving this car now for quite a while, right? It's your daily drive. So what have you experienced? I mean, we had guys who were standing outside the hotel coming around taking pictures. One guy took a picture of his wife or girlfriend or whatever in front of the car. Maybe he's making her a promise. I don't know. But what's been your experience driving this around?
Yeah, it's very special. So first of all, it's an amazing experience driving it. Yeah, you get used to it right away, and you get kind of addicted to it every day a little bit more. Now, I did this for 10 months, and of course, if you use it on a day-to-day basis, you find all the little things. You find all the little quality issues which have to improve and to really make it a perfect product. And this is the reason I'm doing it, because I want to feed these things back into the organization that people can work on it. From an external perspective, yeah, of course, it's very different. People who see the car for first time, they get excited about it. Yeah, if I look at it, I see all the quality issues we have to fix. If people who never saw it get into contact with the car, then they are very excited about the design, about the interior, about the space, about this whole concept. Yeah. And everybody's asking me, what is this brand about? What is the name? Why did I never hear about it? And I want to know more about it. So I tell people, look, you can do a pre-order right now. You can do the top version for $5,000 down payment, and you can do the more entry version for $1,000 down payment. So do the down payment right now, reserve the car, and it gives you still a couple of months to figure out how you will pay the purchase price. Yeah.
Well, for me, the big experience was when I came out this morning, and I was waiting for everybody, and there was a little crowd of people that are sitting in some sort of outdoor cafe, and they had come out of the building and we were sitting outside, and then somebody hit the button and the doors opened like butterfly wings or something. The doors open, and I was standing right beside these guys and this couple, and the guy went, "Wow!" and the girl sucking air. I can't reproduce it. And then the guy turned around, he looked, and he said, "Are you an ambassador or something?" I can't remember exactly what he asked me. I started laughing because I had the hat on, right? So the hat, it's not every day you see somebody in a top hat. So it was kind of a cool deal. I think that having like, if I'm not so much on being an exhibitionist or whatever, but I think that a lot of people pulling up in this, I mean, would make a hell of a statement. I'm just wondering how many movie stars and people that want to have attention are going to be buying this thing. So
yeah, I can share a funny experience with you. When I used the car on Rodeo Drive in Los Angeles once, and I went down. Then there's a traffic light right in front of this hotel where the movie Pretty Woman was taken. So I stopped and I got out of the car, And then in this moment, when I opened the doors, people jumped onto the street and they took pictures of me. Now, they were not looking for me, but the assumption was someone getting out of this car must be a celebrity. It must be something, somebody very special and important.
Yeah.
So they just took a lot of photos of me. I'm sure they deleted it later when they realized that it was only me.
Well, who knows? He might be a lot more famous than you think. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I personally think that this is going to be the exotic limousine. I think this is going to be basically guys who like movie stars and whatnot that want to be seen and want to have an image, and this certainly gives you an image. Like I said, people walking by couldn't keep their eyes off. They actually, this is no lie. I saw somebody actually stop using their cell phone and look at the car. You know, normally you just see people and they're going like this, but this guy actually stopped, turned around, looked at the car, went to the front, went to the back, and then Corey, I think, was trying to sell him. This guy is driving a Bolt. He got a good lease on it, $230 a month or something like that. And he was talking to Corey, and Corey said, yeah, well, $230 a month, but you know what? Really and truly, and I didn't hear the rest of the conversation, but I think Corey was trying to get him into ponying up $190,000. So who knows? Who knows? Maybe get a Chicago sale there. Yeah, yeah. By the way, what are you doing for sales? How are you going to network the sales community? Is it going to be word of mouth or?
Yeah. So the way we are doing it, we are building a top premium brand, so you always have to start with a halo product at the beginning. Yeah, and this is you don't need to spend a lot of money in marketing or so. You build a halo product, and the product speaks by itself. People talk about it. Yeah, many people desire it, and almost no one can afford it. So this is how we are going to launch the brand. This is the FF91, the futurist here. We are going to hand it over to some key opinion leaders, to celebrities at the beginning. We are planning one event after 9 months. We want to hand over a first car to a first customer, which will be carefully selected, let's say. So we try to create fans, brand ambassadors, and this will be by the word of mouth. Yeah. Of course, then when we ramp up over the years into higher volumes, there will be a distribution structure. We will have brand stores, we will have online sales, we have sales partners, kind of sales agents who are selling the car based on a commission, and of course a very sophisticated service approach, because it's for these kind of customers it's very important. If they would run into any problem, then you have to react fast, you have to help them, and you have to make them happy.
So here's the deal: if someone out there is an influencer, tons of money and whatever, how can they get in touch with you?
Yeah, they can contact me directly. It's carsten.breitfeld@ff.com or through our public, through our PR network. But contact me directly. I will get in contact with you.
Okay, so we probably should wrap this up, because we try and keep it to like under a half an hour for live streaming anyway. But I can tell you that coming down the road here will be some internal things we talk about as we're driving around in this car. So there's going to be another version, if you like, of the ride and drive here with Karsten, and that'll be coming up probably in a couple of weeks or something.
Yeah, like in a week or so.
Yeah, a week or so. So we'll have that for you to talk a little more about what we discovered or what it was like. I can tell you one thing for sure. As I've said many times, the front seats in the Tesla are absolutely amazing. Well, the rear seats in this car are brilliant. They're called zero gravity seats, and I really like them. So anyway, I'm going to end this right now. Thanks very much all for watching here at Munro Live. You will be able to see this again on Munro Live, but not live. It'll be the videos, so stay tuned, and that's coming in your direction. And if you can afford one of these cars, I bet you could afford to tip one of those cashiers. So keep that money rolling. There's still a lot of people that aren't vaccinated, and there's a lot of COVID derivatives that are coming out here that could get you sick. So they're risking their lives for you, so you can buy a bag of potato chips. Just throw them a bone. Thanks so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye now.
Thank you,
Karsten?
guys. Thanks a lot for your interest. Thanks all a lot for your interest here. Stay tuned. A lot of news to come very soon, and I like you.
That's a good ending. Okay, good. All right. Okay.